I want to ask you, as a personal leader right now, be very honest with yourself. What is your emotional economy? What are you spreading within your organization? Emotional intelligence gives you that sharpness to take your business, your performance, and your leadership literally to the next level.
Please help me give a huge welcome to Steve Gutzler.
We literally take leaders through a leadership guide to help them kind of rediscover their authentic self, rediscover emotional health and balance. And our whole premise of our company is around emotions are contagious. In every single interaction at work, you don't just exchange information, you literally influence people's moods, attitudes, and emotions. How many of you have ever worked for a leader that you absolutely loved to follow? And by the way, if you're with your boss, raise your hand really high, okay? Greet the people around you as if they're a long-lost friend. You haven't seen them in 15 years, and you're absolutely thrilled to see them. Can you do that? Now greet them. People are really hungry for connections, and human connections happen when we display empathy, when we listen to understand. The great leaders are always trying to untap the emotional drivers in that person, the motivations. They recognize some of the disruptive emotions, and it's almost like a Sprite can. They let the pressure out. If you want to become a world-class leader, become a world-class listener. What I'd love to do is give you a leadership guide to improving your emotional intelligence. And here's the first principle in practice. We need to understand that emotions are contagious. Emotions drive behaviors. High levels of self-awareness, regulating emotions, building connections with the power of empathy. If there was one point of advice I'd give any leader is learn how to self-manage, learn how to self-regulate, especially when you get emotionally hijacked, right? What's going to determine you in the next year, what's going to help you elevate is being able to manage the 17% moments when you're under stress. The 83 is when we have relative levels of stress. 17, Harvard said 17% will define you. That's when stress is peaked or you have a challenging relationship. And before we leave, I want you to write down one thing from this content that you will absolutely own in your leadership and apply. And there will be one thing that you will see change. All great leaders transform and change. If you're not changing, you're not leading. And I guarantee in this next year, you're going to galvanize amazing relationships. You're going to see new levels of elevating your influence, your impact, and your inspiration. Transfer this knowledge to a family member, to a team member, to a client, to a customer. Let's be delivering the power of emotional intelligence and personal leadership. Thank you very much.